Now, what can we do for stereo imaging right here? Well, already in the beginning of making this, pattern, this loop, we added some panning left and right for each one of these sounds. And I think that these go left and right, not even so slightly, just like really hard, left and right panning. Now, what we can do to actually add more spaciousness to any of these is maybe hear what these, let's say, risers have in mono and in stereo. So I'm going to use the utility plugin on one of those, and I'm going to see what is the actual mid and side portion of these sounds. So for this one, what is the mid? What's the mono component? And the stereo. So having many of these sounds up here being left and right, maybe I want to actually expand the stereo image of this riser right here. Yeah, it makes this sound much wider. Now, what else? Medium right here. No, I'm not going to do that on the other one. I don't like it. But the first one I actually do, and I'm going to leave it that way. Yep, I like that. Let's see if we have enough stereo. On this one, doesn't seem to me, but yeah. So we can try to do that. I can, let's say, make two unison voices, and make their panning positions left and right. And I can even tiny bit of offset like that. Okay, nice. Now I have the same, oscillator playing, but I have two of those oscillators, like in unison, playing from this one. So two copies of this with opposite phases. So I'm going to make those phases opposite just a tiny bit, not completely, because then if we play this track in mono, we would, really get a big cancellation on that sound initially. So I'm just going to do it a tiny bit. I'm going to do some pitch shift, of course, also, just a tiny bit. Yeah, just like that. Nice. So we can enhance the stereo of many of those sounds by adding stereo enhancers like this utility that can actually, shift the balance between the mid and side portions of the signal. We can also maybe try to use some, special filters. Let's say, where is our stereo effect? Like this one. So let's try that on one of these sounds like this. Stereo effect. Yeah, it's not that one. I like this one better. Stereo effect 1. So this is one of the presets in the EQ8 in Ableton. So what I'm going to do now is, as you see, left and right speakers have been differently placed. So wherever left speaker is attenuated, the right one is boosted, and vice versa. So I can even scale that effect not to be that strong, you see, or I can inverse it, so that where the left was boosted, now it's the right speaker boosted, vice versa. So I can do that, and an interesting thing about that, I can push it like that, 25% to the plus. And since I have two of these, sounds just like that, let me check what this sounds like right there. I don't have to be that extreme. Now I can copy this same effect on the upper signal like that, on the upper synthesizer, and inverse that to -31, exactly the same. I like that. So this is called a pseudo stereo effect, and I could have just placed that on the group of these leads, but I just wanted to separate them so that the way one is done up, that's the the opposite of how the other one was shifted using this EQ effect, which, as I've told you, effectively just boosts frequencies certain places and attenuates them also, but it alternates through the speakers. You see, the left and the right are opposite. So wherever left speaker has, let's say, this frequency of 200 hertz boosted, the left one actually has it attenuated, and vice versa. Now we are boosting the left right here at, let's say, 500, and we are attenuating the right one, and so on and so forth. So I did just the opposite thing on the other lead, where I placed the same effect and just pushed this scale in the opposite direction, where it actually changes polarity, you see, up and down. So I've just changed the polarity right here into the opposite direction, just did the same thing, quite the opposite, and I think I got a really nice stereo blending of these two.